You definitely want to talk about what he's going to think about doing next year at CigarCon for the consumer themselves, because we now know that the consumers are going to have zoned areas where they're going to have a selection of a certain number of cigars only in the zone.
Yeah.
And what is Skip going to do, and how is he going to set his booth up to attract the consumers that he wants to bring in, other than his clan he already has?
That's all I want.
you just want the homies.
That's it.
So we got some new sticks.
I got my salad.
Everybody probably knows what we got. What's the best thing to tame the nicotine, in your opinion?
If you have too much nicotine.
If you have one of these guys, for the viewers, see, I smoke this kind of stuff. I'm doing fine.
So nicotine is a stimulant.
Yeah.
So what it really does is it creates a physiological response that it feels a lot like lowering your blood sugar.
Sure.
So the best thing to do is to put like sugar under your tongue, or to drink a Coke, or in an extreme case, if you're putting sugar under your tongue, will get it really fast to
Sure.
normalize it.
Good deal. Good deal.
But what I generally do is drink about a half a bottle of rum. And make sure that I'm close to a bathroom.
There you go.
So,
Coke or Diet Coke?
It's also a laxative.
Yeah. Very much true. I think we've all realized that pretty quickly. So are you always a regular Coke guy? You ever do Diet?
Actually, I'm not a big fan of this kind of Coke. I like the Coke that has the cane sugar.
Yeah.
Not the fructose syrup.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah. This stuff tastes... You ever, when you're a kid, you know, you all start out on whole milk, right?
Yeah.
And then at some point, somebody switches you over to 2%. And then you think, holy, it tastes like shit. Like, it doesn't even taste like milk.
Yeah.
And then somebody switches you to skim milk.
And it's fucking water.
And it's like water. But if you like eat cereal with skim milk for a couple years, and then you go back to a whole milk, it's like putting coffee creamer in your cereal.
It really is, yeah.
It's funny how your body adjusts to it. So,
yeah.
Like another kind of thing like that is, you ever been smoking a cigar and like sit it down because you're working, and you're working with someone else, and then you actually pick up their cigar?
Yeah.
Even if it's the exact same cigar, you immediately know that you're not smoking the same cigar you were smoking, because it's not where it was in the thing. It's not the same temperature. It's not.
The mouth feels a little different.
Know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like that with Coke. Like, even though it's Coke, it's not Coke. It tastes too icky, sweet.
I agree with you. It gives the texture on your mouth, you know. Another question, Bazaar. What's your favorite thing there?
Bazaar Meats?
Yeah, we're going tomorrow. It's my favorite restaurant here.
Well, they have that $300 an ounce Japanese.
The Wagyu shit they fry on the stone.
Yeah, don't order a 16-ounce portion of that. It's expensive.
It's just a little bit.
So there's a cut of meat, like they take a ribeye, like a rib roast or whatever, where the ribeyes come out of, and they take it and they cut the bone out, and they cut the. You've seen like the heart of the ribeye?
Yeah.
It's like one ribeye cut, but it's like all the fat's taken off around it.
Sure.
Well, it's kind of like that, but they take a whole rib roast and they cut the fat off of the bones off of it, and they cut it into a square. And it's about this big by this big, and it's literally the middle of like 4 ribeyes.
Okay.
And it's like a cube.
Yeah.
So they take that and then they cut it into slabs, and it's basically like little squares of ribeye.
That's awesome.
And I don't know if they do that all the time, but
yeah,
it's like a $350 steak.
That sounds pretty good, man.
Yeah.
That might be what we have to get. That might be it. What's your favorite cigar that you've smoked so far? Myself.
Does your wife know about this?
She's back home. She gets shitty.
Yeah. The bone marrow cotton candy thing is pretty interesting.
Yeah? Okay. Okay, I haven't had that.
I think I got that last year.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite cigar you've smoked at the show this year, other than your own?
You know, I was just thinking this a minute ago when we were talking.
Yeah.
I got this. So, John Oliver that works for us, his fiance works for Rocket Tail.
Okay.
And I forget the name of it. It's like Fine and Rare or something.
Yeah. Or aged fine and rare or something like that.
So it's very similar to something that Alec Bradley does.
Yeah. Yes, because that's the, very similar.
They don't call him Copy Patel for nothing. But it's really good.
Hell yeah, man.
What I find super interesting is that, and I'm not trying to burn him or nothing, but like this should be what he makes every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
It shouldn't be rare.
Exactly.
Because this kind of tastes like all the cigars we make.
Yeah.
It's really good.
There you go, man. There you go. Well, what should our viewers try first of everything you're putting out new? What do you think?
Dude, I just slammed Rocky while I was saying that this cigar was my favorite cigar on the show. I haven't smoked, if he's listening, Robert Holt, I haven't smoked the new Jacob Flatter. I want to try that one.
Very good. Strong cigar.
Saka's new Tricky Chaka is really good.
Yeah, we just stopped by his booth earlier, so we're excited to try that one.
I'm trying to think of other ones. Those are the ones I can think of.
Yeah. A lot of stuff here this year.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. Well, we're all excited for the Baca. How long did it take you to produce Baca? That was a long project, wasn't it?
46 years. No, I mean, so I've been smoking cigars since the 1994, 95.
Yeah.
I kind of got serious 96, 97, and then I got into the cigar business with a shop in 2006. Started making cigars in 2010. Built the factory in 2011. And I really didn't start learning. I know I was a master cigar smoker.
Yeah.
Until I was about, I don't know, 38, 35, 36 years old, when I actually started learning a little bit about cigars, about tobacco.
Sure.
I know a lot about cigars, but I know a lot about tobacco. So I came to Esteli not knowing really any Spanish, not knowing the first fucking thing about tobacco, to be honest.
Yeah.
So we started making the Cro-Magnon. First time I went down to look at a cologne of broadleaf, which is one of my favorite tobaccos.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a cologne of just barn-cured tobacco that's only been in the cologne for like 2 weeks. It's got like a year left.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, let's use this. I also didn't realize that a cologne of broadleaf costs $7,000 either. So $70,000.
Woo!
We started out. I gave a cigar that I had, in my business to Mike and to Esteban to kind of try to create something. That's where the Cro-Magnon comes from.
Yeah.
And of course, I do whatever master blender does. At that time, I said, hey, I like this cigar, and this is this one. I think it's really cool, the idea of hammer and broadleaf. And then I tasted 5 or 6 cigars. I knew which one I liked the most. We tried in other sizes. I said, this is, generally nudging the process. The Connecticut, Esteban basically had in his head for over 20 years.
Yeah.
He gave us that blend, and then he blended 4 or 5 other ones, and we all came back to the original. So really the first cigar that I really had a real hand in was the Autopodaca.
Okay.
But still, even from that point, I didn't really know a lot about tobacco. It was more me saying, this thing that I like about this one, let's put that in here.
Yeah.
And just kept smoking a lot of cigars until we got it right.
Sure.
With Esteban being a guy who knows everything,
Yeah.
everything. So the Neanderthal, I blended.
Hell yeah.
So I, sat in that factory for 3 years at that point, just smoking aged kind of puritos of each kind of tobacco.
Yeah.
And then really cataloging for myself all the tobaccos we had access to, what the dynamics were.
Sure.
So, that the Neanderthal physically shouldn't work. And a lot, no real cigar maker is going to put that kind of tobacco in a cigar together, and they're not going to use 7, 8 different kinds of tobacco.
Yeah.
But you know, I kept layering in the physical and flavor things until we got it. And
Yeah.
I'm really proud of that blend. But when we started working on Cameroon, again, it was a tobacco that I liked.
Yeah.
But either you really fuck it up, or you get it right.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of like our Candela, the way our Candela tastes good is it doesn't taste like a Candela.
Amen.
Right?
Yep.
So the way, but I wanted the Cameroon to taste like a Cameroon cigar, but still taste like my cigar.
Yeah.
So it took us probably 3 or 4 years to get from the starting point, which was something that Esteban had blended years earlier, the 1916 Cameroon from Geronimo, and getting from that starting point as the building blocks to kind of making it our own.
Yeah.
It's like taking a stock car, taking out all the pieces you don't like, and putting in all the pieces you do like.
Yeah.
Until it kind of becomes your custom thing.
Absolutely. Right? I've heard good things. I've heard it has a little bit of spice, but you got the sweetness in there from the Cameroon, and
yeah, it's really good.
it sounds like it's kind of fitting the profile you guys have.
So by the time people figure out how good it is, it'll all be sold out.
There you go. Last question for you, Skip, and we'll get out of your hair. What's your best life advice for the viewers? I know you're a man that likes to indulge, much like myself. What do you think people should be doing?
You know, here's the thing, man. Simply put, opportunity comes up all over the place, right?
Yeah.
You just got to be ready when it happens. So you really have to kind of spend your days preparing yourself for when that happens, right?
Sure.
I mean, a lot of times I hear people who sit around waiting for something good to happen to themselves.
Sure.
Or, hey, I'm going to get in the cigar business, for example.
Yeah.
Which is great. You love cigars. You finally have a little bit of money, or somebody will give you money, and you go, you know. But did you spend the years learning how to run a business?
Yeah.
Did you put the time in smoking tobacco, right? Like people say, hey, can I come down to your factory and blend a cigar? I'm like, we don't have the capacity to make cigars for other people.
Yeah.
But you're more than welcome to come down there and hang out.
Sure.
Until you annoy me. But if you come down and I'll sit and talk about tobacco, we can smoke different tobaccos. It's like, yeah, but I want to blend a cigar. I'm like, yeah, but you have to know something about tobacco. Like, I'm not going to blend a cigar and then put your fucking name on it, right?
Yep.
So, you know, if you want to be in the cigar business, as an example, you gotta really do all the things you need to do so
Sure.
that if the opportunity comes up, that you have the skill set to do that. Like,
Yeah.
when I played baseball, you know, when I was a little kid, I went up to I moved schools a lot. And you could probably relate to this, Jimmy. I moved schools a lot. And I was an average sized kid, but, you know, we were really poor. So most of the schools I went to, maybe I was like, me and my nephew were like maybe the only white kids. Or
Yeah.
we were definitely new, so, you know, you always get into a scuffle.
Sure.
No matter what. It's just like, you know. So what I learned pretty quickly is no matter how many times I changed schools, if you were good at, you know, some sport or something, that you could fit into a crowd pretty quickly. That wasn't a trouble-causing crowd.
Sure.
You know, so I wanted to play baseball. I went up to the coach. There was a kind of a little public team that played, you know, in our neighborhood, and he said, look, man, I could put you out there right now. You never played baseball. I was probably 13, 14 years old, 12 years old. He said, I can put you out there, but if you look like shit, it's going to be worse on you.
Yeah.
So he goes, here's what I'll do. If you come and rake out the field, pick up the bags, you know, do all this kind of stuff, I'll throw you a few bucks. My buddy owns a batting cage, you know, a couple miles up the road. You make a few bucks, you spend the money at the batting cage. When you get pretty decent, you come back, and then I'll let you play.
Yeah.
Right? You know, shag balls, throw balls around, do all that stuff, so when you come, you're ready.
Sure.
So the next year, I had probably hit about and this is not exaggeration, every day, 5-6 hours a day hitting baseballs in the summer.
No kidding.
In the batting cage.
Yeah.
I mean, to the point where I had blisters in my hands.
Yeah.
And I got really good at it. And then I tried out for the team. I made the team. Came up batting practice right off the bat. Everybody was like, "Oh man, we got to have this guy on our team."
Yeah.
And it was a whole different experience. And what I learned was, you know, prepare yourself because you never know, you know, where the opportunity is.
Sure.
So that kind of carried through my life. Like, you know, people look at our business and they go, "Oh man, those guys, I don't know what they're doing." It's like, because we're fucking business people. And, you know, I love tobacco. I'm social. I like the people. I like the community. I like the culture. But we also are really, really, really good business people.
Yep.
Which believe it or not, makes a fucking difference.
Yep.
So, you know, prepare yourself. That's the best advice.
Hashtag be ready.
Be ready.
Well, Skip, it's been a pleasure, brother. Thank you for the hospitality, for the party, for the smoke.
Absolutely.
It's a pleasure, man.
What do you think about that cigar?
This is fucking phenomenal. And I love the box press. I've been waiting for that, man.
Good, man.
I really have been. Thank you
If
again.
you'd said it sucked, I'd have probably made you leave. Oh, I want to promote our rating, our recent rating.
Yeah.
83 from Cigar Aficionado.
Oh, there you go.
So Cro-Magnon is sold out until February.
Yeah.
But I can't make enough.
Yeah.
I make them, they sell. I made the whole year's production in the first 3 months, and they sold out.
Holy cow.
So hopefully this Cigar Aficionado rating will help us with a little bit with reducing demand.
Maybe they won't buy as much.
So that the people who really want and enjoy it can get more of it.
Hell
So
yeah.
I'm thinking about doing a half-wheel ad banner, 83 rated, you know, because
83 and done.
you got like, you know, 95 rated, top 5. So I'm gonna do like, you know, 83 rated, worst Robusto.
Lowest score we've gotten.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they did give the Cro-Magnon a 94 like 2 years earlier, but in between the 94 and the 83, I told them to fuck off with their advertising. So maybe that had something to do with that.
Could have been that, or you know, construction issues. We hear a lot.
Some people haven't, you know, are allergic to man-backers, so I don't know.
That could be it, man. I've seen a few people get queasy.
It's the testosterone aversion.
That's right. That's right. Well, we'll get out of the weasel box here and head off. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, brother.